Terence Bud Crawford's team previously admitted that Yordenis Ugas was a dangerous man. Of course, this was before Errol Spence just beat him. Roll the clip.
It's another young cat, man, that's he's kind of like a solid killer. His name is Ugas.
Yeah, I know.
His name is Ugas.
This is BOMAC, Terence Crawford's trainer. He said he's like a solid killer. His name is Ugas.
He's kind of like a solid killer. His name is Ugas.
Yeah, I know.
His name is Ugas. He's the #1 for the IBF, which is Spence belt. And a lot of fighters don't talk about him, man, because Ugas is real dangerous.
A lot of fighters do not talk about him. He's the IBF mandatory for Errol Spence, and a lot of guys aren't mentioning or talking about him because he's real dangerous, says Terence Crawford, manager and trainer BOMAC, in a previous interview.
He's the #1 for the IBF, which is Spence belt, and a lot of fighters don't talk about him, man, because Ugas is real dangerous. You know, he done lost twice, but, you know, he got a new team now. They out in Vegas and shit, man. And this cat is on the roll. And actually, that cat beat Terence in the amateurs at the Pan Am Games.
Yeah.
And so...
that cat beat Terence Crawford in the amateurs, and he beat him twice. This is Yordenis Ugas of Cuba.
Cat beat Terence in the amateurs is on the roll. And actually, that cat beat Terence in the amateurs at the Pan Am Games. Yeah. And so that dude is on our radar. You might as well get him out the way. But when you get knocked out the way, hey, we might as well go on and lock it on in with Spence after that.
Wow.
And that should be like towards the end of the year, around this time next year.
So y'all going.
Wow. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. You see the picture on the screen. This is what Errol Spence Jr. did to Yordenis Ugas' face. I've made several videos about that. Subscribe to the channel. Take a look at some of those. Now, the reason I'm making this follow-up video is the Errol Spence hate is through the roof. And I had to take you on a stroll down memory lane because ever since Errol Spence beat Yordenis Ugas and did this to his face, that's the aftermath, I completely nailed shut. I'm seeing just a lot of hate for Errol Spence. Now, I personally don't get emotionally invested into the fight game in terms of like particular fighters. I'm here to grow the sport of boxing. I really appreciate and like Terence Crawford's style as well as Errol Spence Jr. But the Radical Man fans, they make boxing a place that it's just unfortunate because there's a lot of beta male energy, a lot of emotional stuff. And the disrespect that I'm seeing from fans, and a lot of it is Crawford fans, because there's this notion in boxing that if you like this guy, you can't like that guy. Like if you're a Gervonta Davis fan, then you can't like Teofimo or Lomachenko, etc. You know, it's like boxing fans tend to act like little kids. Like, oh, who's better, Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan? Like, you can't like both of them. You know, you have to like Magic Johnson or Larry Bird, Michael Jordan or Magic, Kobe or LeBron. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's real juvenile, real adolescent, real childish. And ever since Errol Spence destroyed Ugas, I've seen nothing but hate. And a lot of it, again, has come from Crawford fans because you can tell by the rest of what they're saying. And I've seen comments to the effect of Ugas is a bum and Errol Spence, he ducked Crawford to unify with Ugas and these types of things. So again, this is why I'm taking you on a trip down memory lane, because that interview, shout out to Trill Boxing TV, Trill Boxing Talk. He did an interview, I think it was 2018 or 19. Keep in mind, that was before Yordenis Ugas fought Sean Porter. Keep in mind, that was before Yordenis Ugas fought Manny Pacquiao and several other guys like Errol Spence and Omar Figueroa and Ramos, things like that. So you heard the praise from BOMAC, the manager and trainer of Terence Crawford, back then. Now, fast forward to the future, I thought Ugas beat Sean Porter and was robbed of the victory, and he should have been given a knockdown in that fight, just like Mean Machine knocked down Crawford and the ref didn't score it. But it is what it is. Ugas was later kept winning and given a chance to redeem himself when Errol Spence's eye forced him to withdraw from the Manny Pacquiao. I want to sub to my promoter. The Pacquiao fight. Errol Spence couldn't complete the fight due to an eye injury. Ugas stepped up, late notice, 11 days, and took Pacquiao out, retired Pacquiao. Hall of Fame career, but Pacquiao got dominated in that fight. And then now you see what Errol Spence did to Ugas's fight, to his face in the fight. And it's just disrespectful, the hatred I'm seeing. Instead of just saying job well done, Crawford versus Spence is now a bigger fight. I'm seeing some of the Crawford fans almost angry that Ugas got destroyed by Spence because they're forced to give credit. And it's pretty pathetic and pitiful that fight fans can't curb their enthusiasm and emotion like Larry David and just keep it real. You heard from Crawford's own team that Ugas is a boy, he's a dangerous guy. So if they thought he was dangerous before he fought Sean Porter, before he destroyed Omar Figueroa, before he fought Pacquiao and dominated him, when he was just Errol Spence's mandatory, there's no way you can take credit for Errol in his victory. So I had to make this follow-up video. If you like boxing news and content regarding boxing, the sweet science, this is your one-stop shop. Subscribe to the channel. I'll keep you guys posted. Crawford Spence is a great fight. It's a pick'em fight, but let's give the fighters the respect that is earned. Ugas did nothing wrong. He was a respected champion. He's a humble guy. He lost. He did good early in the fight, made it competitive, made it interesting. There were some oh-ish moments, but ultimately Errol prevailed. Let's give him his props. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, but 100% proof that Terence Crawford's team admits that Crawford lost to Ugas in the amateurs, which some people don't know until I just said it in this video, and he lost twice to him, and they respected his fight game. So it's just weird to see the fans paint another picture now that we have an outcome. And this is what boxing fans do. They wait for outcomes. I seen comments saying Errol looked too small at the weigh-in. Errol's biceps were too skinny. Ugas looked way bigger. I seen comments saying Ugas was going to knock Spence out. And when that doesn't happen, then all of a sudden it goes to the bad mouthing. So that's why I'm making this video. Subscribe for more content like this. And I'm out. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work.